Hey everyone, and welcome back to Zero Escape 999, where last time we made our way through the steam engine room and got a lot more information out of Santa than we did the last time we went through there. A lot more information. He told the story of lab rats who were forced to escape from drowning, where one exit would electrocute them and the other would be safe, and how it seems that rats were telepathically teaching each other how to solve the puzzle. He also told us of his younger sister, who we had heard a little bit about before, and how he gave gifts to her every year pretending to be Santa Claus. Until one year, she eventually passed away. And I'm going to be honest, that story hit me really hard in an emotional way, because Santa was talking about how they were orphans, they didn't have parents, their parents died. And Santa had to basically be the father? Ooh, it was a little bit rough for me. I have never experienced anything close to that, but I'm definitely very empathetic to children, so very much would like to be a parent someday, so that the whole story is just kind of really, depressing. So then, now that we are out of the steam engine room, let us continue. After walking for nearly 15 feet, they found themselves in front of a metal door. It opened easily enough, and they passed through it as well. A new room stretched out before them. Is this a warehouse? No, I believe this is the cargo room. This must be where they store all of this vessel's freight. There are wooden crates everywhere. I wonder how old they are. Junpei, Ace, and June had stopped unconsciously, pausing to take in their new surroundings. Santa's voice broke through their momentary trance. Well, we probably ought to start with finding the exit, right? Let's get going. Alright, the cargo room, home to my least favorite puzzle. Let's start out by finding all of those numbered tokens, the mugshots. There are a bunch of bags here. I wonder what's in them. We got the 9th man. What's that? It's a card. It has a headshot on it. A headshot? Yeah, I'm not really sure what purpose this could possibly serve. Very odd. Still very, very, very odd that these even exist. We've got Santa sitting off over there. Anything with the boxes? No. How about over here? These crates are quite large. They seem to be tied to one another with sturdy straps. Okay, over here we've got a couple more bags with Clover and Snake. Interesting. I guess it makes sense they would put the siblings together. Are they putting, different cards together, for specific reasons? Or are they just scattered everywhere? I don't know what's in these barrels. Judging by their weight, perhaps a liquid of some sort. I don't really want to know what the liquid is. We've got another bag down here with 7. We've got this box with Junpei and June. Childhood best friends, okay, I suppose. How many do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 2 more. There's one with the boxes themselves. These crates are a little smaller than the others. They look like the children of the other crates. Junpei, that sounds like some sort of fairy tale. Really? I don't know, man. You ever think about how crates would reproduce? Why would you ever think about this? It doesn't sound like a fairy tale to me. Junpei. Junpei. Please. Okay, do we got any over here? We've got this. There are 3 crates here stacked up like stairs. If we climb up there, I think we can get over the fence. Junpei, I think you could go up and take a look at that? Sorry, but no thanks. Why? I've got a bad feeling about it. Pussy. Okay, fine. I'll go. Please be careful, Santa. Yeah, but just in case. Wait, what's he gonna do with that screw? I don't see what throwing a screw at a fence is. Holy shit! Oh man! There's electricity running through that fence. Looks like it. Then we can't get to the other side. Well, we could jump off those crates, but we wouldn't be able to get back. Yeah, that's what we already knew, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. In here is where we can find Ace. Alright, now we should have all of them. Let's work with the boxes. It's locked. When we need the key. All the boxes have numbers on them. Do they? Oh. Ace bent down and picked up something that had been sitting next to the box. Junpei, take a look at this. Cards. There we go. There's Lotus. No, other than like Junpei and June, childhood friends, Clover and Snake, siblings. That's really the only pairs that I noticed. Otherwise, they're just all scattered around, so I'm probably just reading too much into it. They had finally collected all 9 picture cards. All that remained was to insert the cards into the slots at the front of each box. Junpei stared at the cards in his hands. Ace peered over his shoulder at them. You know which cards goes in which box, yes? Junpei gave him a look. Yeah? Of course I do, it's really obvious. I didn't even stick my hand in the fire this time, Ace. You just match our numbers to the numbers on the boxes. So for instance, the card with a picture of Ace on it goes into box 1. The card with a picture of Snake on it goes into box 2, and so on. Oh, I see. Junpei thought he might have imagined it, but he could have sworn Ace stiffened. Just then, Junpei heard a noise. He spun around just in time to see June collapse in front of the fence. Did this happen? June, are you okay? She did not respond. Junpei spun back around to face Ace. I'm sorry, I gotta go check on her. You do the box thing, alright? Just put the cards in the boxes. I'm counting on you. He shoved the cards into Ace's hands and ran off towards June. Are you alright? What happened? Junpei called out to her as he ran. As he arrived, June was climbing to her feet with Santa's help. I am so glad she didn't, fall into the fence or anything. I'm sorry. I'm fine. I just tripped. Don't give me that. Now's not the But it's true. I tripped over a box. Junpei put his palm over her forehead. Her temperature was much the same as it had been the last time he'd checked. She wasn't hot like she'd been before, but she was still warm. Her fever wasn't completely gone. So yeah, probably a little bit dizzy, I'd guess. I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know. Junpei would have been more willing to agree if June hadn't needed quite so much help standing up. Still, to fall down like that, I think she's probably still a little messed up. June was doing her best to busy herself brushing dust off her dress. Her smile looked a little embarrassed and her face was a bit flushed. But she did look a great deal better than she had. Still. Alright, well, let's get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you to a hospital. Oh, I don't think it's anything that serious. I just need a little medicine and some sleep and I'll be fine. June, your fever has been really severe the entire time we've been on this boat. You've been passing out. You need a doctor. Medicine, huh? Well, if we could get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy. I'm sorry? Ace? Why? Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical company. I'm sorry? What? Cradle Pharmaceutical is the name, I think. Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Soporil. Soporil. Junpei couldn't shake the feeling that he'd heard about Soporil before. Santa continued. Soporil is an anesthetic that is gaseous at room temperature, similar to nitrous oxide. It takes only a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective. For these reasons, it has found widespread acceptance with police and military forces in numerous countries. It was an effective crowd suppressant and room clear, and is practical, ethical, and humane. Don't know if I'd agree with that, but moving on. Developed 6 years prior, it was made from the extracts of several different roots. It became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Soparil skyrocketed, and as it did, so did the stock of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Why do you know all this? Santa's information was interesting, but Junpei couldn't help but feel a little suspicious. Santa's reply was blunt and simple. I heard it from the old man himself. From Ace? When? By the number 4 door at the central stairway, when we were searching the second classroom. Remember how Snake 7 and you went to door 5? I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own company. After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up, you know? Are you too worried? Are you worried about something? No, nothing. As he spoke, Junpei looked over toward Ace. He seemed to be having difficulty with the 9 boxes. What the hell is he doing? He turned back to June and Santa. June, don't push yourself, alright? Yes. Santa, could you take care of her? Sure. He gave them both a short nod and turned and headed toward Ace. What are you doing? Ace's back was to him as Junpei approached. The older man turned around to look at him. His face was pale and covered in sweat. Ace, are you okay? Are you sick now? Oh dear. Is this infectious? Is it like spreading? What happened? Nothing. My vision has gotten rather blurry. I think perhaps because of fatigue. I can't see very well at the moment. What can't you see well? These pictures. Ace held the cards out to Junpei, splayed out in the shape of a fan. I don't care to admit it, but I may be developing presbyopia. Growing old is a difficult thing. He made the best attempt he could at a self-deprecating smile, but his face was flushed and his lips were pale and drawn. Ace, you are not looking good. You should go rest. At any rate, I'll leave the rest to you. I'm feeling awfully tired, so if you don't mind, I'd like to rest for a bit. He shoved the cards into Junpei's hands and walked quickly away. Junpei looked at him quizzically. How could simply looking at cards have tired him out? I think it's more likely he's just tired from everything going on the ship, and he's old, and it's just catching up with him now. Would be my best guess. Junpei looked down at the cards in his hands. All the pictures were quite clear and each person easily recognizable. Was Ace's vision truly so bad? I guess that's a fair point. Even if your vision would go blurry, these would still be fairly distinctive, as evidenced by the fact that these are very blurry pictures on the DS and still very distinctive. But if it wasn't, what had made him so uncomfortable? That was when Junpei had remembered what he'd heard from Lotus much earlier. Prosopagnosia. Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Maybe he's got prosopagnosia? Junpei took another look at Ace. He sat at the base of the stairs looking quite depressed. It was reasonable, of course, that he'd feel that way. If he really did have prosopagnosia, there was no doubt that it was a depressing and painful experience. Shut the fuck up, Uchikoshi, goddamn you! Uchikoshi's not the best with writing about neurodivergence and disability. This shows up in many of his works, and yes, prosopagnosia is annoying, but I would not call it depressing. Okay, no, you know what, I guess that can be fair depending on how severe it is. But, like, I have prosopagnosia and it's more just an irritation. Knowing what it is, I can just, like, let people know, hey, I have trouble with faces, I'm face blind, it's not a big deal. But then again, I'm also from a generation that's far more accepting about things like disability and stuff like that, so maybe it's fair. But I do stand by my claim that Uchikoshi is not great with writing about disability, and it does pop up in most games and media he has made that I have seen. Typically is going to have some not great with disability, so I'm a little bit on edge when it comes to how he handles it. Just because he already doesn't have a great track record. Not malicious. I don't think he's malicious in any way. He's just not good at handling it, if that's fair. Still, Junpei didn't feel like patting him on the shoulder and telling him everything would be alright would help that much. See, now that's completely correct. Still, Junpei felt perhaps it was best he keep Ace's condition to himself, at least for the time being. Oh well. Doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back toward the boxes. It is worth pointing out that back when we were looking for Snake, one of the people you can run into and talk to is Ace. You run up to him, you talk to him, and he's very, very startled for a few moments until he's able to get a better look at you and listen to your voice. Specifically, he notices, he listens to the voices and kind of gets a feel for who's talking to him, because he can't recognize the face. He has to take a moment to find those other identifying features. He was very off-put by that for a moment, and it's very, very clear, and Junpei even calls out that it's a little bit weird. That's his prosopagnosia. He was just taking a moment to figure out who the hell's talking to me. I don't want to admit this. I need to take a moment to figure this out, and he kind of stumbles a little bit. There was another instance I want to say. There was another instance of his prosopagnosia coming up, but I don't quite recall when it was. Obviously it occurs here with, maybe I'm just thinking about the boxes right here where you can't figure out what's going on with the cards. But it does come up a few times, and Junpei even calls it out a few times like, something's not right with this, but maybe I'm just imagining it. I think it's very interesting how they foreshadow that so pretty well, I would say. They do a very good job of foreshadowing his prosopagnosia. God, it's like on the tip of my brain. If I remember it, we'll come back to it. Doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back toward the boxes. It was time to solve the puzzle of the 9 boxes. Such a hard puzzle. I say immediately after that conversation and then realize that's probably kind of a mean joke, actually, in context. 9 cards with pictures and 9 boxes. Junpei stared at them for a moment and then began. Ace's card went into box number 1, then Snake's went into box number 2, then Santa's into box 3, Clover's into 4, Junpei's into 5, June's into 6, Seven's into 7, Lotus's into 8, and finally the 9th man's card went into box number 9. As soon as he'd inserted all of the cards, all 9 box lids popped open at once. He peered inside. Each box was a single pin. They looked a little like sewing pins, but much thicker. Junpei collected them all quickly and shoved them into his pocket. Alright, we got the pins. Now we can move on to the increasingly difficult parts of this puzzle. These stairs, they go up 3 stories. What are you waiting for, Junpei? Whatever, I'm going. All the way up to the top. And let's check this out. It's some sort of boxy device. Great description, Junpei. There are several lights here with the numbers from 1 to 9. Only the light with a 9 on it is lit. There are 6 holes here, and it looks like the pins I just found would be a perfect fit for them. The ones you found in the 9 boxes, right? Well, why don't you try it? Alright, let's see what happens. I think 2, 4, and 6 should go here on the top, and 3, 5, and 7 on the bottom part. Well, some of them lit up. Yeah, 3 and 6. I wonder if there's some kind of rule that determines which lights go on. Well, I put the 2, 4, and 6 pins on the top part and the 3, 5, and 7 pins on the bottom. You think? You think maybe it's the digital root? The digital root. 2, 4, and 6 is 12. The digital root of 12 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns on. 3, 5, and 7 is 15. The digital root of 15 is 6. Therefore, light 6 turns on. Makes sense, right? I see. The lights that match the digital root of the pins inserted on the top and lower parts will light up. So that's how it works. Well, there's one other thing I'd like to check. Well, if he wants to try, he's certainly welcome to. So he'd put the 1, 2, and 3 pins on top and 6, 7, and 8 on the bottom. Oh! They turned off. 6, 7, and 8 is 21. The digital root of 21 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns off. 1, 2, and 3 is 6. The digital root of 6 is 6. Therefore, light 6 turns off. Oh, I get it now. If the digital root for the pins you insert is the same as the number on the lights that are lit, those lights turn off, so it's a toggle. Yeah, looks like that's the trick. Alright, now we know how it works. Wanna give it a try? Wait, you mean you know what we're supposed to do with these lights? Well, no, but I figure we could try and see if we can turn them all on, you know? I figure something's gotta happen if we can manage that. Turn the lights on, huh? Indeed. Okay, we already know how this all works. Thank you for explaining. Thank you for over-explaining. We just had this very thoroughly demonstrated to us, but thank you for making sure we understand. Alright, let's do it. Alright, same pattern. I'm gonna do the same pattern as I did before. Put the opposing pairs, and then put combinations that add to 9. It's just a really effective strategy with digital roots. 2 and 7, then 1, 8, 3, 6, 3 and 6. Oh my god. 6, 1, 8, 2, and 7. And now we just need to turn on 4 and 5. I wanted to mix it up for that last one. And now for the magic square. Oh my gosh, when I was going back over the magic square last time we came through here, I was so mad at myself because I was so close to getting it right off the bat and that I screwed myself over by doing some math wrong, because of course I did. Oh, the lights are on and the shutters opened up. Hey, does that mean... Yeah, we gotta do it again. Man, I thought I was doing so well. Alright, well, yeah, I know how to do it this time. I know how to do it very effectively. My strategy last time was good, I just screwed up. Okay, so we've got 9 holes and there's an F up above them. I don't know what the F means, but I do know one thing. What's that? This time there are 9 holes, so we need to insert 9 pins. Man, that's boring. Well, why don't you just try it, alright? Okay, so we'll do the same thing we did last time. 5 in the middle, and then we will try 1 and 9, and then let's see, 9. Can we do, we would want to do a total of 6. So 2 and 4, 2 and 4, 4 and 6, 2 and 8, hold on, double check, 6 and 2 is 8, plus 7, got it. I'm a genius! There we go, all pins inserted, all lights lit. We did it! The power's on now. It looks like there's electricity going to the monitor on top now. Alright, let's see if we can activate the device on top. Okay, and now for the puzzle I actually hate. Pushmaster! A green button, a red button, and a lever. I wonder what these do. I think this might help. What the hell is this? Where did he find this? What is that? Where'd you find it? I found it when you were messing around with the pinholes. It looks like instructions for this thing. According to what it says here, this thing's a remote control for that. That? Yeah, that. What's he pointing? Oh. That machine over there, apparently it's called the Pushmaster 5000. Are you serious? Whatever, so what are we supposed to do with the Pushmaster 5000? You see the coffin over on top of the crates? Yeah? Don't you want to know what the deal is with that? I do. You want to check it out? Yes? Alright, how do you think we're gonna get there? Well, there were some crates on the right side of the fence that someone piled up. Like stairs. Maybe if we make a path to the coffin from there. How would we do that? Line up the crates, I guess? Yeah, that sounds about right. I guess this is just another one of Zero's puzzles. Yeah. Anyway, let's give it a shot. Oh, looks like the Pushmaster 5000 runs off a battery. So, to keep it from using up its battery too fast, it's been programmed so that it'll only start moving once its path has been completely programmed in. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Okay, let's begin. Let's give this a try. Sure thing, just keep in mind that there's a limit on the battery, alright? The battery dies after 50 moves. At least that's what it says in the manual. 50 moves, huh? Also, keep in mind that the Pushmaster 5000 can't move the heavy metal crates. Okay? Got it. Alright, we already know this, but thank you. Let's just skip through the instructions. Now then, I remember the trick. I just don't quite remember which order I'm supposed to go in. Okay, let's see. So I can push the top one right or the bottom one right. I can't push the top one up or the bottom one down. That would be a bad move. So I'm gonna push... Okay, good start. Now, I want to push the bottom left crate to the very bottom right. So I'll go below and push it up, I guess? Uh-oh. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. We just gotta loop around, go down, push, push, back, down, push, and done. We got it. We got it. We got it. Okay, I'm done putting in the program. What do I do next? Just be quiet and watch. See, it's moving already. Awesome, the Pushmaster 5000 did just what I told it to and lined up all the crates. Great, now we can reach the coffin. We just need to climb the crates over by that fence. And then we can get the exit, the key, and get out of here. Up and over, check out the coffin, and... They walked slowly past the row of crates until they came to the coffin. They stopped and nodded to one another, and Junpei put his hand on the lid of the coffin. Mummy! No, Santa, not a mummy. Just kidding. He smirked heartily at his own joke. Junpei grumbled and shook his head. Whatever, just open it. Junpei resisted the urge to remind Santa that he would have had it open a long time ago if Santa hadn't interrupted, and quickly threw off the lid of the coffin. They peered inside. Alright, so none of you are going to understand this, but Junpei, I'm speaking into your mind. You're going to take the gun, and you're going to keep it away from Santa at all costs. Do not let Santa have this gun. I am begging you, don't. Contrary to what they'd expected, the inside of the coffin was quite large. It was mostly empty, but not completely so. Laying on the bottom was a rusty key. And next to the key... It's a gun! Yeah, a revolver. It looks pretty old. I wonder if this is a replica? Junpei reached down slowly and cautiously picked up the revolver. In his hand, it felt heavy. He checked the cylinder. There were 6 bullets. He'd never seen a real gun or even a real bullet before. He couldn't tell if these were real or not. The barrel was rifled and nothing seemed to be blocking it. As Ace had said, the gun was a very old one. However, it appeared to have been well maintained. If it was a real gun, Junpei thought it would most likely function perfectly. If it was real. Holding the gun made Junpei feel unpleasant. Carefully, he placed it back in the coffin. No, please, just empty out all the bullets and take it with you. I am begging you, Junpei. Oh no. You're not gonna take it? Of course not. All something like this is gonna do is cause more trouble. It's a powerful weapon that gives one person a huge advantage. Something like that would be way too dangerous to have around. We're in enough danger already. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Maybe Zero put this gun here hoping that something like that might happen. In other words, maybe he put it here to make us fight each other. In that case, we should most certainly leave it here. I, for one, have no desire to let Zero control me. The others nodded. They had no desire to be under Zero's control either. Okay, we've got that figured out, but you aren't gonna leave that key in there, are you? Yeah, of course I'm not. Junpei picked up the rusty key and slid the top of the coffin back into place, the gun back where they had found it. Fuck! Oh my god, Santa's gonna come back for it, isn't he? This sucks. Oh god! Junpei, please! Alright then, well, it's time to get out of here. Next time on Zero Escape 999, Time for the ending. I'll see everyone next time for that. Let's just put this key in here and yes, sounds like that did it. Yay! Looks like it's open, Junpei. I see. This key should open this door. Hey, what are you waiting for? Let's go. I'm having a bad day. And Junpei's about to have an even worse one. Yes, it's opening.